Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson. I'm so glad to have you here today. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and click the live chat button, say hello, make any requests that you happen to have for your greater healing good. You can request specific stones for the crystal grid or let me choose them for you, whatever serves your purpose. For those of you who are returning, thank you. It's so wonderful to see you again. For those of you who are watching on the replay, you can go ahead and enjoy. If you want to skip ahead to just the Reiki, go to about the 1 hour mark or where you see the lights begin to shift. You will absolutely have just as beautiful a time. And yeah, let's go ahead and start building that crystal grid for us. We're going to start things off with that. Once we get our beautiful crystal grid built, I'll quickly explain what Reiki is, a little bit of how this works, and then you'll be able to just relax wherever you happen to be, and I will send you Reiki over a beautiful soundtrack for about 25 minutes. If you would like to learn more about me or schedule a distance session with me, you can go ahead to my website, learnreikiphiladelphia.com, also linked in the description. You can also find out more information about my live online Reiki classes, community Discord, crystal shop, and social media. So let's go ahead and dive in and say hi to everybody. Awesome. So this is what we have so far. I kept up some of what we had from our last stream at 4 o'clock. So we have some petrified wood under here. Petrified wood helps us with transitions, particularly difficult transitions. It's very much, I like to think of it as aligned with the death card in tarot. It's all about ending as one thing so that we can begin fresh as another. And petrified wood had to die as a tree to transform into stone. So it helps us with those transitions, also helps with grounding and doing any kind of ancestor work. We have some citrine to help us with manifesting financial abundance. We have some pink tourmaline to help with any kind of women's health related issues, anything from GYN issues to bonding with baby, all of that kind of good stuff. We have that there. We also have peridot. This is one that helps us to break bad habits and cycles, as well as helping us with things like gaining weight, depression, prosperity, and fidelity. And yeah, that's where we're starting off today. I see lots of good requests. See so many of you here. Highland Love, Blue Sky, Jennifer Vatsa coming back. We also have Belinda. Good to see you again. Violet Integration. Good to see you. Chris, welcome back. Oh, let's start building. Let's do it. Awesome. So Chris, I got your requests, and I have a few of those pulled already. Gotcha. Cutting etheric cords. There's a couple. There's a couple that are good, and 1 or 2 have already been requested, so I will definitely bring those out. Jen, unfortunately, I don't have a bunch of those. I do have Lemurian quartz. We're absolutely going to use that today. I don't have any Tektite, Danburite, or Moldavite, actually. Do I have any lava stone? I don't think I do. I only have it in the form of jewelry, and even then it's pretty tiny. I'll add those to the list, though. The list is getting longer and longer, but I do see a crystal dealer and jeweler friend of mine on Monday, so I'll be able to chat with them, see what I can get my hands on to get an even bigger spectrum of what we can pull from. So Lori, welcome in. I definitely have crystal for that. Psychically blocked, gotcha for that. Vincent, hey, Key and or Patty, hope you all are well. Fall asleep anytime you try to do something. Removing energy blockages. Let's do that. Okay, so removing energy blockages, one of my favorite stones for that, absolutely shungite. It's one of those stones that when I start working with it immediately, I don't get like, I'll never end up having everything, but I'll have what I can have. But yeah, shungite is one of those stones that I don't feel it immediately, but then it starts to work over time. It's great for breaking up energy blockages and anything that's kind of zapping our energy a little bit, including anxiety. It can really help with that. As I mentioned earlier today, shungite is naturally an absorber of things. It can help purify water. And in fact, it's likely in a lot of your water filtration systems. That doesn't mean go to the crystal shop and grab some and then plop it in your water jar, because it absorbs things and we don't know what it's absorbed yet unless it's really been checked out. But energetically, it also works to absorb things from you that you may have absorbed that are not great for you. This is something that can help whether you're empathic and intuitive to other people's energy or to, say, electromagnetic fields and equipment. If like being around certain electronic equipment makes you feel certainly like zapped and tired or even cranky, this can be really helpful. It breaks up a lot of energy blockages and stress and helps us process emotional pain. It can also help with just clearing the energy field in general. So that's shungite. It's a really funky, weird stone. It's naturally like these. I have these in the crystal shop, and before I can put them out for you all to purchase them, I have to scrub them and soak them and scrub them and soak them and scrub them and soak them, because they just give up lots and lots of black dust if I don't. It's kind of silly. It's a fun stone to work with. Hey Del, welcome in. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely can help with that. Oh, we're getting some good requests already. Okay, so that can help definitely for moving psychic and spiritual stuff, and also for the etheric cords. One of the stones that I recommend for that can be Lemurian quartz, especially if those etheric stones are from, or etheric cords are from a past life or from someone we knew in a past life. This can be really helpful. So Lemurian quartz, this particular one is Blue Mist Lemurian quartz. It helps with healing the past, so past in this life and past previous lives. So emotional pain, healing the spiritual issues that are connected multi-lifetime, and helping to learn what we've experienced in those previous lifetimes or earlier in this lifetime, so that we don't have to keep learning. Hopefully, like, okay, let me learn the lesson. Okay, great. Now let's let go of this of this experience and this cycle that keeps repeating. But yeah, it can help with a lot of like older past stuff and releasing a lot of emotional pain. So let's go ahead and let's actually do this. Yep. There we go. So that's Lemurian quartz. This was a gift from Cora Carr and Vincent. Thank you both so very, very much. Much appreciated. Do I have a mirror for the crystal grid? I do. And I might go grab it in a little bit. Actually, I can go grab one now. I would have to put it under, though, because the reflection would just hurt your eyes. Let me get up and grab one of my mirrors. Hang on one moment. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay. Thank you for your patience. So I just got some new ones in for grid making. So let me open this up for us. Sorry for the sound effects on that. Yeah, oof. Yeah, I'll use one of these for a minute. These actually have a little bit of a covering on them so that they don't quite shine, whereas these are, oh boy howdy. Yeah, you can see all my lights there. Yeah. Octagon mirrors. Let's go ahead and use the one with a covering on it. It'll still reflect, but it won't be quite so harsh for the camera. And I am going to slip this under our petrified wood. Good call. Thank you, Belinda. There we go. Awesome. Love it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that won't be too harsh. Wonderful. Yeah, I ordered those online for one of my own grids, so good call on that. Looks like we need a lot of like blocking, grounding, severing kind of energies in this grid, and I am here for it. Let's bring out the red tiger eye. Red tiger eye is just like golden tiger eye, except that it formed in the ground closer to iron, so it gives it a sort of a red hue. And it is like the most potent anti-negativity, anti-black magic, anti-all the things, whether it's something intentional or not, whether it is something mundane, like walk-a-day world, like from bullying to toxic work environments, or if it's something like spiritual, malevolent kind of stuff. This is very, very helpful. Also good for manifesting money in short order. So we'll bring this into cool. Okay. Red tiger eye. We'll also bring in some, let's see. We will definitely bring in some good ones around all of those things. And I will get to everyone's requests today. And let me turn down the light just a bit. So there we go. Awesome. And there we go. That's much better. Okay. Can't tell if the negativity is yours or your colleagues. Totally understand. Let's see. Peace and clarity. Let's bring in some rutilated quartz. Excellent for clarity and for focus. Makes a beautiful gift for anyone who is battling cancer. The thought behind it is that as it focuses mental energy, as it helps to balance mind and body, it can also focus the healing energies of anything that you're working with, whether it's modern medicine, spiritual medicine, crystals, whatever. It can help direct that energy right where it needs to go. So with lots of love to Korakar's stepfather too. But yeah, this one is great for mind-body connection, focus, clarity. We've also got carnelian, which can be helpful for relationships in general, how we relate to others, also connecting to a spiritual relationship, fertility, sexuality, sexual function, and dysfunction. and healing wounds as well as colds and allergies. So we'll bring in carnelian. For self-acceptance, I'm going to bring in blue kyanite. Blue kyanite not only is helpful for radical self-acceptance, just exactly as you are, that you are lovable just as you are, it can be really helpful with understanding spiritual messages as well as neurological function after injury, like a stroke or something along those lines. So here's blue kyanite. Moonstone can help with attracting love as well as sacred illumination, like learning the older ways of, or just any kind of sacred wisdom, any kind of sacred spiritual wisdom, connection with the divine feminine, connection with the cycles of nature, including lunar cycles, hence moonstone. I feel like this is very connected with the High Priestess Tarot card. So that's moonstone. I'm also going to bring in, for the request for tolerance, chevron amethyst. This is a stone that can help us to connect with spirit in a really powerful way, to collect the messages from spirit, to send them up, which can aid in manifesting in a really spiritual way. It's also really perfect for doing any kind of intuitive work, like journeying or mediumship, channeling, anything like that. So we'll bring this in. But yeah, it's thought to help tolerance of others. Let's see, what else do we have? Chrysoprase sounds beautiful. For it is, if you, I don't know if all of you can hear the background noise of where I am, but West Philly is Westphalian today. So if you hear sirens and all kinds of things, I know a lot of you are in West Philly, but apologies for the urban serenade if it's not being cut out. But yeah, zoisite can be really helpful for the request for support for bowels. This is great for that, as well as facing our problems and challenges head on and working through the release of negativity within ourselves. It's also fantastic for connecting with nature, which can be really grounding, especially for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere where right now it's winter and we don't have a lot of contact with nature and with green, lush green energy. Also helpful for fertility. So that's zoisite. And this came out for us earlier today for different reasons. Let's put this here. So zoisite. So we've got that. We've got some pyrite for protection while also being open to intuition, and for calling on financial abundance. And lots of love to Cora Carr's mom with this one. But yeah, this is a great one for anyone, especially if you're just new to working with your intuition. It can help you to connect while also being protected. But it's also thought to help the memory. So we'll bring this in. Sapphire is another beautiful and powerful stone of psychic connection and channeling, It helps us to understand the messages that are coming through, but more importantly, to almost transcribe them. If we're getting spiritual messages for someone else, like if we read tarot for someone or we're channeling for someone else, to be able to explain the messages we're getting in a way that's meaningful to the querent. It can be a little ungrounding if you're not used to grounding your own energy. So I would say that's a stone that I would learn how to ground my own energy before I'd work with that. Hey, Martha. Mookite Jasper, absolutely. That came out for us earlier, too. It's a mookite kind of night. And Jen, I don't know how it is over by you, and Vincent and Korakar, how it is over by you, but it is just wild outside right now. This is mookite. This is also mookite. Mookite also goes by the name Australia Jasper. This is a stone that can help with accepting change and making decisions. So especially if change is afoot and you feel like paralyzed to make choices, very helpful stone. Very helpful indeed. Also great for calming digestion, and some folks even indicate it for bladder pain. So just putting that out there. Let's see. Smoky quartz. We have some moonstone here already, which is awesome. Smoky quartz. Always room for smoky quartz. Oh no, it's totally fine. Grief, relationships. You live in Ireland. The daffodils and snowdrops are starting to bloom. Oh, that's beautiful. I actually have an old student of mine and a friend of mine who lives in the country. She was in Dublin for a bit, but she lives in the country now. She got married, has a baby. But yeah, that's awesome. Good call on the black onyx. I was thinking about the black onyx. I'm so glad you're seeing signs of spring. Okay, so smoky quartz helps with protection. It's actually used as far back as the Middle Ages to help ward off thieves from your home. This is also great for changing energy, transmuting it. So for those of us who are like, get this energy out of my way, great stone. It's also fantastic for calming worry. And I feel like we could all use a little bit of that. We've also got black onyx, highly protective and allows us to connect with our ancestor guides and to do some deep learning. It's great for shadow learning and being open to the lesson without having to be vulnerable to the darkness that comes with it. So black onyx, it's excellent for grief as well. Joint pain, hair, skin, fingernails, and toenails. I got you covered. Howlite covers all of those things. Howlite is the hair, teeth, and bones kind of stone, but it also absolutely covers hair and nails too. It's also fantastic for the bones in general. Calcium absorption and bone density. I struggle with those a lot. Fantastic for anger and resentment. It allows us to take those feelings and say, okay, what are they trying to tell me? Anger and resentment are there because we're not changing something isn't jiving with us. And this allows us to see what needs to shift to accommodate that, but without being overwhelmed with anger and resentment. So that's white howlite. Chrysoprase, Unikite. I'm going to get as many as I can, Patty. Oh, and I missed tree agate last time. Tree agate is sacred in Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga. And this is, we may be more familiar with in Chinese medicine, the meridians that direct energy throughout the body. This is in India, the system that has chakras. There's another set of energy meridians, not called meridians, called nadis, N-A-D-I. The nadis carry energy throughout the body. This is thought to clear, purify, and kind of harmonize all of that energy flow within the body, within that system. So we're going to, right now we'll go ahead and we'll put this one right there in the center. We also have emerald, garnet, aquamarine. Aquamarine can be really helpful with teeth and gums, but also forgiveness. Whether it's forgiveness for, I forgive you to give you another chance, or I forgive you to set myself free. Either one, or both. It also helps with kind of discouraging and keeping pettiness at bay. And that includes folks who are almost looking for a reason to have a bone to pick or an argument. The easily aggrieved. I like to think of it as the anti-Karen stone. So good for people in, good for those who work in customer service. We've also got garnet. This is good for organization as well as practicality, stability, but getting things done efficiently, being able to see the big picture, being very organized and methodical. It's a very Capricorn stone. No surprise, it's January's birthstone, but very, very grounding, especially in times of significant change. So garnet. We also have emerald. In addition to helping with healing skin and tissue, it can really give us a good amount of passion for life back. It can also restore confidence if you're lacking confidence in appearance, and it supports the respiratory health overall. So that's emerald. Lapis helps with pain and inflammation, as well as honesty and integrity. It's also thought to assist with vertigo and hearing loss, and taking personal responsibility as well. It's also one that folks use if they're struggling with disorganization, if they're trying to get more organized. So that's lapis lazuli. Mahogany, Unikite, Chrysoprase. Chrysoprase sounds like a great one. This helps with overcoming disappointment and achieving our goals, especially if you've got like a long-term goal and it feels like, oh, why did I even sign up for this? It feels like it's forever away and I'm never going to get there. Like, this is a stone I often give to my friends when they're in grad school. Yeah, so this is completing goals, having follow through, especially when you're at that point where you're like, I just can't keep going. It allows you to sit still and see all that you've already accomplished alongside everything that you have yet as a goal. If you have to pivot or if something fails, This is also helpful for seeing what you've gained in the process and helping you to pivot rather than thinking everything is a wash and I've gained nothing, not even experience. This will help you to kind of change course a little bit. I worked with this stone a lot right around 2020 when we first went into lockdown and I decided to close my in-person healing center. I was like, I'm not really, I'm shedding a studio, I'm shedding a rent. I'm still me. I still have the teachings to give. So that was very helpful for me. And Unikite, everything having to do with women's health and fertility, menopause, all that too, as well as the physical heart and metabolism, as well as quitting smoking. And that's Unikite there. Okay. Something that looks like Unikite but is not. I wanted to bring in today, and where did I put it? Here it is. This is for blue sky. I saw you mention something about like the negative thinking and the negative thoughts. One that I often use for helping with negative self-talk is Epidote, which looks a lot like Unikite, but it's not. So this can really help with that. This is also one we've used for Parkinson's, so I know that there's someone in your life that's touched by that. It's thought to help with the brain and Parkinson's specifically. It also is great for the nervous system as well as the skin and recovering from illness and injury. And on a spiritual level, it's thought to be connected with the fairy realm. So we'll bring in some Epidote. And you can see just how similar they can look. Sometimes Epidote is more green and brown than pink. Sometimes Unikite is more green than pink or more pink than green. Mahogany Obsidian helps with releasing. Oh, Garnet's your birthstone too, Dell. Awesome. Proud to share your birthday with the King of Rock and Roll. Oh, awesome. My birthday is the 15th of January. And Opal. Okay, you got it. I've got some there. Mahogany Obsidian helps with releasing perfectionism and also with meeting goals. On a physical level, it can be great for teeth and gums and carpal tunnel, but it also helps to release the need for approval and validation so that you can listen to your own guidance and do what you feel motivated to do. If you've ever, growing up especially, it usually starts in youth, but can, of course, start later, especially after abuse or toxic situations. This is where we feel like we need validation from our work, or someone else has to say something is good enough for us to let go of it. This helps us to let go of any attachment to that and just follow our own knowledge and trust ourselves. So, Mahogany Obsidian. Let's actually put these here and here, here and here. Okay. I'm also going to bring in some Jet for grief. Jet, along with the petrified wood, this is a type of petrified wood, but this, rather than taking time to get that way, this is wood that's been petrified through sudden, like, intense heat, usually a volcano, sometimes extremely intense forest fires, but usually volcanoes. And it helps us to be in our grief without being completely overwhelmed by it or numb to it, so that we can process it. Also thought to help call in missing animals. Less stress and tension, release of negative thoughts. I got most of Chris's. Iolite will bring in, this is another one that helps support weight loss along with pyrite if that's your intention to do that. But this is a very, very good stone for working with your intuition, especially with seeing like visionary things, but also being grounded enough to do your regular workaday things. So if you, for example, if you're having trouble going to sleep at night after you've been meditating all day or something, this is a really great stone to work with. It's also thought to help money management. So if that's something you struggle with, Iolite is superb. Okay. Making sure I've got everyone's requests. Citrine, rose quartz, amethyst, and labradorite. You got it, Highland Love. Okay, so this is amethyst. Not chevron amethyst, but just regular amethyst. This helps us when we're making positive changes in our life to do that and have accountability in ourselves, but also owning what's ours, taking responsibility for ourselves, and not extending responsibility to that which really belongs to others. So for that, it's very much linked with recovery and moving past things like alcohol and drug addiction and alcohol and drug dependency, because it's that same underpinning that we see in a lot of the 12-step groups, where it's responsibility for yourself, but not taking on the responsibility for others. It's also a stone that can help you sleep better at night. So here is amethyst. I'm going to put it under our iolite. I love them together for a sleeping, good nap kind of pair. For rose quartz, this allows us to accept change and let go of things more easily, because it is such a strong, positive, loving force. It allows us to sort of recalibrate and say, you know, maybe if I let go of this pain, something better can replace it, rather than thinking something worse will. So it can really aid in transformation and personal growth. It's an exceptional stone for the heart chakra. Labradorite is another great stone for sleeping well as clairvoyance, attention to detail, research, and study, especially if you're finding errors in something that is very, very detailed. So my friends that do like data science and coding and things along those lines, where it's very detailed attention, this is exceptional. Absolutely love it. It's also one that I use for my clients when they're studying and they're asking for help with studying. Let's see, where shall we place you? So labradorite. Opal. My experience working with opal, as well as many of those here, it's a very spiritual stone of protection. It's thought to be sacred to the shaman in that it keeps one shielded while they're doing spiritual work, so that they don't elicit attention from, you know, less than helpful entities and energies. things that would cause us harm while we're trying to do good things. So this is actually fire opal in here. We'll put this piece here. That was a gift from from the jeweler that I'm going to see on Monday. Insomnia, mental illness, anything for improving appetite. Absolutely, Emily. Insomnia and mental illness. Insomnia, definitely labradorite, iolite, and My goodness, it's been a day. Amethyst. For improving appetite and for mental illness, I do have some for like depression and things. Ooh, I know it would be a good one though. Okay, so first we'll start with blue apatite, which it's kind of funny that it's called apatite and it helps with appetite. This is everything from stimulating appetite so that you can eat to the opposite. So if you are someone who eats out of habit or out of fear or nervousness or sadness or boredom or loneliness or anything else, this can help with better eating habits. So whether you need more of an appetite or you want to focus on eating when you're appetized, this can be a beautiful stone. It helps with everything that has to do with eating. So if you've struggled with like disordered eating, I definitely have. This can be a really helpful stone. This is also really great anytime someone is looking to have a new relationship with food. So this can be really, really helpful. So yeah, we will bring this in, and all the best to you. Let's see, let's put you here and here. Blue apatite. And I'm going to bring in lepidolite for the mental health. Lepidolite helps to soothe and calm and understand the emotions and releasing thought patterns that need to kind of go. You're very welcome, Emily. This is also helpful to should I stay, should I go kind of stone. Lepidolite can be solid and purple, or it can look like mica, like where it's a lot of sheets stuck together, but instead of like gold or brown, it's like purple. That's lithium mica, and these little sparkles here are all lithium mica. But yeah, lithium mica is lepidolite. And yeah, lithium might sound familiar. It is a mental health prescription. Not saying to put this in water and drink it. It absolutely has a lot of impact on the body. That's not how it's meant to be used, like in measured amounts. But this can really help on the energetic level to support a harmony in the emotions so that we can understand a little better what's going on. Also, this particular specimen also has amazonite in it. Amazonite is exceptional for caregivers to have self-respect and remember to take care of themselves. It also supports spine health as well as the nerves of the spine to be healthy and well-functioned. So that is lithium mica or lepidolite. Something for finding a job. Hey, Michelle, it's good to see you. Lapis, which is here, but also tourmalinated quartz. Tourmalinated quartz, there's a ton of things that this stone does. What can't it do? Breaking up old stuck energy patterns and even breaking up scar tissue on the physical level. This is a stone that has black tourmaline, which is great at repelling less than great energy. It basically brings it through your body, mind, and spirit and helps break things up. It's also fantastic if you want to call on a new job, a new gig, a new stream of income or revenue. Finding that new job, it's protective over travelers, as is moonstone. And in general, it can be just a wonderful stone to have in your energy field. It really helps break up blockages so that you can continue moving forward. So we're going to bring some of this in. Where shall we place you? Yeah. Awesome, and all the best for you in finding that job. So I'm going to take a quick peek, make sure I didn't miss anything, and then we're going to go ahead and get ready to transition into the healing portion. Before we do that, I will pick a couple of stones that I think reflect good healing on all of the intentions that everyone has put out today. You all will vote on them while I'm explaining what Reiki is. So let me see. I got as many as I possibly could. Oh, your kitty got injured. I'm sorry. Yeah, definitely leopard skin jasper. And yeah, epidote can be helpful. Epidote you can find a lot of times, some good jewelry on like Etsy and things. It's not a terribly expensive stone. So it should be easy enough to find. And you can find it probably as like necklaces, bracelets, whatever is easy and comfortable for her to wear. So leopard skin jasper helps us connect with our animal guides as well as protect our animals here. It's also great for anything having to do with the skin as well as parasites. So this is one that I actually used and coordination and balance as well. This is one that I used very much when my kittens first came to me. I was fostering a litter of kittens that had ringworm and I was getting them better. This is healing animals and anything that impacts the skin. Perfect. So yeah, this can be wonderful. But if you're working with your animal guides, also a perfect stone. Hey JS, I hope you're good too. I put out tourmalinated quartz. I hope that supports you. Already voting on the 2 crystals. Okay, I'm going to quickly pick a couple of crystals for us to vote on. For those of you who are new, you're not limited to just one vote. Take a peek at what Martha Gigi just popped in the chat and you'll know what I mean. I'll be back in just a moment. I'm just going to pick a couple of crystals. Sleep hard, absolutely. Okay, so our choices today, and I know I skipped a couple of stones. I'm sorry. Just I think we're getting kind of packed in there. I don't want it to be too squishy. We've got first one. This is Bumblebee Jasper. This has tons of vital energy. It's like supercharging, especially for the solar plexus. The solar plexus is your sense of self, your personal identity, and your personal will. So the things you want to do and get across and how you want to move forward in life. But yeah, loaded with energy to help you feel energized and vital and running forward. This does have sulfur as well as arsenic in it, so it's a little bit more toxic on the side of stones. I never suggest making direct water infusions if you're going to make a gem essence. I always recommend that you put them next to the water, and this is one of the reasons why. But yeah, very, very positive for healing. And this is Snowflake Obsidian. This particular piece I've had since I was a little kid, and I absolutely love it. Snowflake Obsidian is a stone that can help us to recognize and reorganize our patterns so that we can see what we're doing, how it's hindering us, and help us to move forward. It's also really helpful for like the body, mind, spirit balance and finding serenity and peace. So being at peace, especially if we are moving through a time of loss and grief, it can be really helpful for that. It's great for clairaudience, so hearing intuitive guidance, as well as for folks that are tending towards being easily overstimulated. This can help kind of turn everything down a little bit. It helps to calm that. I know I find that that's a problem when I travel. It's just like too much. This is a stone I work with when I travel for that. And it's also a really beautiful stone to work with if you're letting go of guilt. So we've got Snowflake Obsidian, Bumblebee Jasper. Use the chat to go ahead and vote on which one, although you're not limited to just one vote, hint, hint. And while you're doing that, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, that would really help me out. I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is, how this works, and then we will come back and get into the healing. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I'm so glad that you are here with me this evening. And so what is Reiki? The style of Reiki that I work with is known as Usui Reiki, and this is a style that was created in early 1920s Japan to be a method that was secular but deeply spiritual and empowering. As in the early 1920s, Japan was under imperialism and teaching religion was strictly forbidden unless it was directly Shintoism. And at the same time, working with energy in a very similar way is still something that everyone does throughout Japan and had been classically. This particular style that Usui created is deeply empowering, very easy to connect with, but at the same time, deeply transformative. The concept of just what is energy is best seen in the indigenous spirituality of Japan, which is Shintoism, in which everything has a soul and everything is interconnected. So me, you, everyone, everything, what you're sitting on, the trees and the plants and the water and the ground, everything is interconnected. Everything has a soul. And within that interconnection, there are other energies at play, one of which is a spiritually guided soul energy or life energy. And that's roughly what Reiki translates to, spiritually guided soul energy. This energy is already flowing through you and everyone and everything. Our body, mind, and spirit work with it all the time to come to a great sense of balance and harmony. And essentially what I'll be doing today is connecting to this energy and directing more of it to you. Your body, mind, and spirit will decide the best ways to use it to support your highest good. You can set intentions at any point in time during the healing, even if you're half out and you just think like, oh, I forgot to mention this, or this is a little private and I don't want to share it on YouTube. It's okay. Just think of it for a moment and let it go. The Reiki will support it for sure. During the session, you may actually feel some physical sensations. You may feel some emotions come up or be released. On a mental level, you may have a really active time of almost like thinking things through that have been difficult to parse through, or you may hear your subconscious piping up. On a spiritual level, you may hear some intuition or just get a sudden clap of inspiration. You may have a combination of all of these things or just a really relaxing nap, but whatever the case is for you, I encourage you to just relax and enjoy. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You don't have to keep your mind in a particular way. The Reiki will meet you and support you wherever you are today, however you are today. So simply relax. The only thing you need to do, find the most comfortable way that you can to sit or lay down for the next 25 minutes. And you can move around all you need. You don't have to do anything. You can close your eyes and maybe even fall asleep. That's fine. If you feel like you need to move around, go ahead. It's going to continue to flow. If you want to get up, maybe do a few stretches, or if you need to grab a glass of water, the Reiki will still continue to flow. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come in and I'll invite you to take a deep breath, come back to your body, come back to the room that you're in, and I'll reopen the chat so you can ask any questions or share any experiences if you feel so motivated. And because we're all interconnected with this Reiki energy, it doesn't matter where you are in relation to me in terms of miles or kilometers, and it doesn't matter when you are in relation to me. So if you're watching this in the future, hello from the past, you're going to have a beautiful session. And for those of you who are here live, if you ever feel like you need a healing and I'm not live, go right ahead, check out the past healing live stream playlist. Pick a grid that resonates with you and drop right in. You can hang out and listen to all the crystals or zip ahead to where you see the lights begin to shift and just enjoy the healing and the beautiful soundtrack from there. During the session, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and evenly through several different colors. At no point will they flash or strobe. And the beautiful soundtrack is linked in the description below. It's at the bottom of the description. You can find her YouTube and enjoy it anytime. So thank you again for being here. Consider subscribing if you'd like to join me live more often. I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times. They're also listed in the description. And again, information about me, classes, all that good stuff is at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So let's go ahead and see what won that vote, finish up the grid, and get into the healing. Ooh. Oh, thank you, everyone. Let's see. Oh, yes, Belinda. Yeah, if you can hit the like button, it does help the algorithm. Thank you so much for putting that in there. I appreciate it. Awesome. Reiki time. Oh, the doggies are jumping in the bed. The cats jumped up on my lap at 4 o'clock and were just purring, both of them. And so when I brought everyone back from the session, they got to hear purrs. It was wonderful. Oh, thank you, Dell. Thank you. That's really sweet. Awesome. So it looks like both of them have one. Gee, that never happens. That always happens. So let's go ahead and place this here. And Snowflake Obsidian here. Oop. There we go. Thank you all so much. What a wonderful way to wrap up the evening. Go ahead, get cozy. I'm going to go ahead and start up the music, turn down the lights, send Reiki to you wherever you happen to be. I will see you all in 25 minutes, and I hope that you have a beautiful session. I invite you to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back. If you'd like, you can take a deep breath in and out. Thank you so much for being here this evening. It's been an honor to share this with you. Thank you, Allison. I hope you have a safe and peaceful weekend too. I will be here Sunday night, even though it is the game of the superb owl. Go Birds. And yes, I will be live. I may be able to share with you the background noise of West Philly when a wind comes in. We really hope so. Yep. And I'm here 5 times a week. For those of you who are new, you can always join in. And I did have little Kitty Hattie jump up on my lap as soon as I started sending Reiki. Yeah, she's still here. Oh, you're so welcome, Martha. If you do have a moment, please do go ahead and give a like. It does help the algorithm pick me up and get discovered. And thank you all so much. I am over the 600 mark for subscribers. The goal is 1,000, and then I can do some more great things for the community. Oh, you're so welcome, Chris. I hope you have a blessed weekend too. So many of us in Philly so ready for a big weekend. Oh, thank you, Martha. Yes, I do hope a beautiful weekend for the whole group as well. You might be able to hear the cat snoring. And if I haven't seen you in a moment, the tarot readings for all 12 signs are up now for February, so definitely check those out and do enjoy. And I will be back here Sunday at 8 p.m. Don't forget. So thank you so much for being here. If you do have any questions, go ahead and let me know now. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and begin transitioning the end of the stream. Yeah, you love the Reiki. Thank you so much, Del. I really appreciate that. Lots of love to you all the way in Ireland. I know it's late there, but I'm so glad you're here. Come back anytime. We're all supportive here. This group is just amazing. All of you seriously are like lightning in a bottle. I'm so blessed and so grateful. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring us to a close with an abundance of gratitude. Have a beautiful weekend, and I do hope to see you again soon. Take care, and bye for now.